Chapter 5. Wayne, congratulations! The Cᴇʟsᴏ boys cheered as Wayne ran into the volleyball gym. She blinked slowly. How did you guys know we won? Nishinoya held up his phone. Yumi texted. Her match finished before yours, and she's through the finals too. Wayne grinned, a smile that was tired and yet pleased, making her face light up wonderfully with beauty and emotion. I look forward to it. How are your matches and plays? The team shared a sly look, and Hinata and Nishinoya looked particularly proud. We've been working here and there, Sawamura answered for the whole team, like a good captain, clapping his hands. Okay, I know you lot are happy to see Wayland, but drills aren't over, and Hinata and Kageyama, just because you're friends here doesn't get you out of diving drills. She stifled a giggle as her two friends pouted, resuming jumping to the floor. Taking a seat, she looked to her side with little surprise as a silver-haired setter sat beside her. Congratulations, Sugawara offered, reaching for a yellow club-issued water bottle and drinking eagerly. Set scores? 8-2. Singles? 6-2. 6-love. Doubles? 4-6. I can't say I'm surprised, he admitted, watching the volleyball court with a blank stare, evidently far more focused on the conversation. Impeccable singles as always, and you've even got straight games, so why? I know. There was some special, inexplicable bond that game between sports players when they needed to work together, like a telepathic brand of communication, a silent understanding with the ability to carry out a conversation in half sentences and desperate yells, in or outside of the game itself. Sugawara sighed. I promised an explanation, didn't I? But in exchange, I want one thing. Wayne hummed in response. You've somehow befriended both Hinata and Kageyama and gotten them to coexist peacefully. He started. I'm sure you've noticed, somehow in your crazy genius way, that you're not the only one who doesn't play best in teams. I want you to help us help Kageyama, because maybe you'll help yourself too. It was nowhere near any request Wayne had expected, but it was one that touched her heart, and she nodded. So, why you left Kageyama? She wasn't letting Sugawara off the hook, though she was warming up to him again and remembering just how much of an anchor he had been for her. He gave a deep sigh, playing with a volleyball that had rolled between his legs. We both know that I was the best male player at Kageyama, and that my tennis is one of the more reasons I'm an incredibly versatile player at Cᴇʟsᴏ. But why ditch something you're so good at? Surprisingly, Sugawara laughed. I guess this is the part no one really understands. I'd played tennis for 10 years at that point, and I realized at the end of my junior high school career that I didn't enjoy it. Actually, I kinda hated it. He gave an awkward chuckle, rubbing the back of his head with his eyes closed in a soft smile. If you're the ace representing an entire school and dozens of teams, sometimes you want to do the things people don't want you to do. Clarity sharpened the world, and Wayne found herself suddenly understanding Sugawara better than she had in years. But wait, if you hated playing, then the only reason you stayed at Kageyama was for you. He finished, ruffling her hair like he had when she was really just a kid 4 years ago. You were one of the most talented players I'd seen in ages, and god damn it, if I wasn't going to stick around and help you, I would be a shitty third-year coach. She wanted to sob. All this time, when she had been acting like a brat, he hadn't quit just for the sake of it, but he had stayed just for her. I'm sorry for shutting you out. She mumbled, you were the best teacher I ever had. Sugawara laughed loudly. Honestly, I don't think you have anything to be sorry for, but you didn't answer my earlier question. Huh? Why do you do so well in singles, but play so poorly in doubles? Hwaeun shook her head, tilting it backwards to stare at the light-speckled ceiling of the gym high above her head. I think you know why. After that one experience that made me feel that I was never a good enough player for anyone to stick around for, I lost trust in playing. People talk high shit about technique and power, but what wins a doubles game is trust. Then, losing one set after another turned my awful playing even worse, with the feeling that I could never get better. Sighing, Sugawara pulled his knees up to his chest, thinking pensively, You're sounding like I did in my last year at Kageyama. I was doing awful in singles, and you know I've always played best in doubles, but I couldn't help thinking, tennis is not a team sport, and you have no one to help you out. I don't know if you should stay with your team if you feel that way. Instead of reacting explosively like she knew he thought she would, Hwaeun laced her fingers together, twisting them around and around each other. I feel like I can't just ditch them, though, can I? Sugawara's response was simple. Tennis isn't a team sport, because at the end of the day, you either have one person to help you or none. If you still love to play tennis, I do, then you should switch teams if it's affecting your performance. This isn't ditching. It's a way of forcing both you to get better and those other girls to stop relying on you. It was like a slap to the face, but in a good way. Suddenly, she knew exactly what she had to do. Thanks, Suga, she said, using his nickname for the first time in a long while, pushing herself to her feet. I'll hold up my end of the bargain then. He tilted his head to the side. What? Hey, Kageyama, throw me a spike. Hey everyone. So, dude, I hate how my voice sounded when I was like, hey, Kageyama, throw me a spike. Like, it sounded so high-pitched. Like, what the actual heck? Throw me a spike. What? I sound like a child. I sound like a child. Anyways, yeah, so I'm back. Hello. Hey, everyone. I just had a really bad day yesterday, and I didn't feel like doing anything except taking a shower, reading, and going to sleep. That's what I did. Yeah. What do you guys think is gonna happen? Comment below, because personally, I think Hwaeun is gonna move to Karasuno. I did read ahead because I was really curious, like, in the beginning, but then I stopped. So this is the first chapter that I hadn't read. Right? So it kind of like caught me off guard. When Sue was like, yeah, you should like leave your team and you should move schools or whatever. Like, what? Oh my god, I'm reading the comments and one of them is by Green Frog and they say, I know this is off topic, but I'm so feeling French. That's funny to me. I don't know why. I took French for like one semester and then I moved schools. And then I offer French, the school I'm currently at, so I had to take art, but you know, it helped me in the long run. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys because, you know, I'm wasting time. Okay, I hope you have an amazing day, I hope you have an amazing night, and I hope you have an amazing afternoon whenever you are, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with chapter 6. Bye!